Hi, this is Dr. O'Hara. I'm picking up with part 2 of my writing tips based on the first essay that we did. The other use of semicolons is to separate elements in a series when one of the elements contains commas. So here's an example. The color order was red, yellow, blue, blue, yellow, red, or yellow, red, blue. So notice how I don't have a colon here because it's the middle of a sentence. You can't just say the color order was. And each of these elements has commas in them, so we're going to separate each phrase by semicolons. And you can see more about that on page 89 to 90. Notice how I have a range, and I'm using 2. I'm not using a hyphen. Okay, this is actually my level 2 heading, but it looks kind of funny here sitting by itself. So what I wanted, this is called a widow and orphan. So what I would like to do here is move it so that it makes more sense. I'm going to move it down to the next page. So let's take a look here. Now, doesn't that make a little bit more sense? Not much. There's a special construction with if when you have speculation about the present and the future. So the if clause is a dependent clause, meaning it can't stand alone. It's not a complete phrase. And when you're using the verb to be in the dependent clause, then the proper form of the verb to be is were. And here are some examples of that. Notice how this is a complete sentence. So I could actually put a period here if I wanted to. So let me do that. Okay, number 1. If my aunt were 65, she could receive a discount airfare. Now let's see what this is telling me. It wants it to be one word, so let's change that. Here's another example. If I were rich, I would give my money away to good causes. So notice how the verb needs to be were in this phrase, the conditional phrase here. Let's move on to pronouns. This is one that is so difficult because in the way we write with APA style is you have to have noun and pronoun agreement. That means that if you only have singular nouns, you can only have singular pronouns, and plural nouns take plural pronouns. But when we speak, we use they, and part of that is because we are using it as a universal pronoun, and we don't want to distinguish between men and women, and we want to try to be more unbiased when we're speaking. But we can't do that when we're writing. So here are some really common errors. This is the way we talk. The servant leader wants everyone to care about the project as much as they do. But we need to say either the servant leader wants everyone to care about the project as much as he does. We can say he or she does, as I did here. Or we can change it and make the noun to be plural. So we can say the servant leaders want everyone to care about the project as much as they do. Then that's correct. So either change the pronoun or change the noun, one way or the other. So here's another example. The servant leader cares more about their workers' success than their own. And this is the way we speak, and I talk this way too, so it's a hard habit to break. But the correct way would be the servant leaders care more about their workers' success than their own. So here I changed this to be plural. And here we have the servant leader cares more about his workers' success than his own. In my case, I would say than her own because I'm a woman. So that's one way you can fix that problem. And these sentences are on the grammar test also. The next thing is paragraphs in a series. And I'm going to stop here and I'm going to come back and pick up with that.